Welcome to making sure we know how to use lists on our TI calculators. So this recording is for your reference as we go forward. Here we go. We're going to focus here on the basics. So beginning with the setup editor, because we're sharing calculators especially, you don't ever really know what you're going to be getting. So the place to go is your stat button. In here, if you look down at the very bottom, number 5 is setup editor. If you just press enter, that's going to get us to the default setting, and the default setting is this. If you press stat again and go into number 1, edit, you're going to see L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, L6 across the top. That's the default setting, and that's where we're going to do most of our work. Now, again, because we're sharing calculators, if there's a list of data and it's already got some numbers in it, so let's say I've got, just make up some numbers, and I don't want them there, the next thing to do is to clear those lists out. Just empty them so that we can put in our own data. So heading back, L1 through L6 are just temporary lists. They don't get deleted or erased until you do it, but we use them for lots and lots of things. So if I want to take L1, clear it out, I want to put in some new numbers, option 1 is to just go to the very top, highlight the L1, and press clear. It should empty that out, press enter, and now you have a blank empty list again. Another option, if I put some numbers back in just for kicks, would be to go into stat. Notice there's a clear list option. So if I choose number 4 and then tell the calculator, hey, I want you to clear that L1 list. So after clear list, I need to tell the calculator which list to clear. I would press second 1. It puts L1 in there. Press enter. All done. Stat, edit, and now L1 is empty. Let's now just put some data in. So make up some numbers that you like. I'm going to put in some positives, some negatives, whole number, maybe some decimals. You can even put in a fraction using your divide key, but if you do that, it will, by default, turn it into a decimal. And I'm just going to put 1 or 2 more numbers in here. Maybe I'll put in a couple of 8s. There we go. Notice at the bottom, it's giving you a count of where you are. So for example, L1 parentheses 4 means the 4th number in list L1. And as of right now, the 4th number in list L1 is 6.1. So there you go. You've just entered a list. I hope you feel very good about that. Now let's imagine that you have entered a list of data. So we had some measurements, you've typed those into your calculator, but you put one in that you didn't mean to. Or let's just even start with this. You just typed it wrong. Like what if instead of 6.1, it was supposed to be 6.01? Easy fix. Just go to where the 6.1 is and type it over. 6.01, enter. It'll just replace the erroneous entry with the correct entry. What if it turns out, though, that that really wasn't supposed to be there at all? I was maybe looking at the wrong list or I got confused. You don't need to erase the whole list and start over. Just get on top of the 6.01 and you want to press delete, the DEL key. It's just simply going to take that out of the list. Important to know, there is no undo on here. So if you delete a number or if you clear a list and you didn't want to, you are out of luck. All right. So let's say I've done that though. I deleted the 6.01, but really I wanted the 6.01 in there. Easy to put back. So if you know what the error is, here's how you fix it. If I want, say, the 4th number in this list to be 6.01, but currently you see it's 2.75, we're going to insert a space. So if I want to put in a number at the 4th spot, get to where it says L14, and now do second delete, that's your insert command, the INS, and notice it just puts a 0 in there. You then replace that 0 with the number you want, and now you are good to go. So we have covered setting up your editor. That's just to make it say L1 through L6 at the top. To use your lists, we've been focusing on L1, but you can use any of them you want. You can use all of them at the same time if that makes you happy. We looked at how you clear, enter, delete, and insert data. Let's lastly look at how you sort that data. This again does not have an undo command. And there are some lists we'll use where we don't want things sorted. They have to be in a particular order. So be very careful and deliberate before you do this. To sort a list, you're going to go back to your home screen. So to get out of your list editor, that's where we are now, you need to quit, which is second mode. So second mode quits you back here to your home screen. You have two options for sorting. You can sort small to big or big to small. If we press Stat, here are those two options. Sort A is sort ascendingly. So start with the smallest, and then as you go down the list, the numbers will get bigger. So let's start with that. Sort A. You must tell the calculator which list to sort. So for us, that's going to be L1. Press enter. It'll just say done. But if you now go back into the stat editor, you'll see that now the numbers are in order, smallest to biggest. If you instead want to have the largest number at the top and then the smallest at the bottom, choose the sort D, that is the descending sort, and do the exact same thing. Stat, edit, and now I can see the numbers are in order, biggest at the top, smallest at the bottom. I do want to add one thing here just to wrap up. You can access your lists right here in this screen. Rather than going into the editor, if you just press second one to get L1 and press enter, here they are. These are the numbers that are in L1. 88601, they're in order because we put them in order. And that is going to stay there until you or someone else clears the list or changes the entries.